Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, students, last time we discussed some of the applications of lenses, and the last topic that we discussed was about the refracting telescope. Now we are going to cover the topic about the human eye. It is the 15th topic of unit number 12. Please pay attention. The human eye resembles the camera in many ways. Remember, the first thing is, in many respects, the human eye acts like a camera or is similar to a camera. Human eye could, whenever you have to study human eye, please keep the camera and the various parts of camera in your mind and how they function and how they produce the image. The human eye is very similar to that. Now we will see it one by one. What are the various parts of the human eye? The first is retina. In a camera you have a film which is light sensitive, so when light impinges upon it, the image is recorded onto the film. In the human eye, the retina is in place of the film. It's at the back of the eye. In place of a film in a camera, the retina records the picture. Retina is a light sensitive layer at back of eye. आँख के पीछे रेटिना होता है और ये रोशनी जो अंदर आती है उससे सेंसिटिव होता है और जो ही उसको इम्पिंज करती है, the image is formed and is recorded. So the first part that I have talked about of the various parts of the eye is retina, and retina acts like the film in a camera. Two, the second is lens. In a camera you see you have a convex lens in front which allows the picture to be made onto the film. The lens is a converging lens, it's a convex lens. It is in front of eye, it is just in front of the eye. This lens has ability to change focal length. And this lens, unlike the lens of the camera in which the focal length is fixed, over here the focal length is not fixed, and the human eye has the ability to increase or decrease the focal length of the converging lens or the convex lens. So जो आँख में लेंस लगा हुआ है, इसकी focal length जो है उसको ज़्यादा या कम कर सकता है. Over here I have written a formula of focal length which says that the focal length is inversely proportional to the thickness of lens. यानी लेंस जो है जितनी उसकी thickness होती है, अगर if thickness ज़्यादा है तो focal length कम, and if the thickness is less then the focal length is more. So this is the formula which controls the focal length. Focal length is inversely proportional to the thickness of lens. The human eye has the lens, and it has the ability to increase or decrease its focal length so that the image can be formed onto the retina. The lens is flexible, means it can increase or decrease its thickness. Because focal length, it depends upon the thickness. So it is flexible, it has the ability and accommodates objects over a wide range of distances. So फासले जितने भी हों, no matter what is the distance, what you want to see, the human eye camera, the human eye's lens will adjust its focal length to bring the image in clear view. So first we talked about the retina, which is at the back. Then we talked about the lens, which is in front. This is the lens. And then we talked about that the thickness is inversely proportional to the focal length. The third part is the iris. The iris is the colored part of the eye which automatically adjusts the size of pupil. Pupil जो आपका है वो सबसे दरमियान वाला हिस्सा है ना, the center of the eye, that is the pupil. and this pupil is controlled by the iris. Iris उसको increase या decrease pupil की size को करता है. The colored part of the eye which automatically adjusts the size of the pupil and controls the amount of light. It acts like diaphragm. So in the camera you have heard about the diaphragm, but over here it's adjusted by this thing, by the iris. It controls the size of the pupil also. So in dim light it enlarges the pupil. Pupil को बड़ा कर देता है ताकि ज़्यादा रोशनी जा सके. In bright light it contracts the size of pupil so that less light can go. The colored part of the eye automatically adjusts the size of pupil and controls the amount of light. Okay, it acts like the diaphragm of a camera. The fourth part is pupil. Now what is the pupil? The round dark center of the आँख के दरमियान में जो स्याही माइल चीज़ होती है, इस center जो उसका है, the round dark center, which opens or closes to regulate light. The round dark center of eye which opens and closes to regulate light. यानी pupil जो है, you must have seen in case of cats that when they are in the bright light, the pupil get elongates like this, and in darkness it becomes round and big. So the center part is known as a pupil. It opens and closes to regulate light, and it acts like aperture of light. जैसे aperture of camera, जैसे कैमरा में aperture होता है जो बड़ा छोटा होकर रोशनी को कंट्रोल करता है. Over here we have the pupil. The another part of the eye is cornea. And what is cornea? This is in front of it. This is the cornea. The clear transparent part of the eye जो आँख के सामने झिल्ली होती है, covering iris and pupil, जो iris और pupil को cover किया हुआ जिसने, it allows light to enter the eye, and it is a kind of a protection for the lens and for the iris. So that is cornea. It is just in front of it. It's a transparent membrane of the eye. It's a transparent part, and the sclera is the white portion of the eye. So now I will recapitulate it again and we will talk about it. Number one, the first thing to be remembered about the human eye is that it resembles the camera in many respects. 1, 2. And what are the parts? Retina resembles the film. And what is retina? It is a kind of a light sensitive layer at the back of eye. What is retina? In place of a film in a camera, the retina records the picture. Retina is a light sensitive layer at back of eye. Okay, the next is lens. It has a lens just like a camera has a lens. It's a convex lens, it's a converging lens in front of the eye. This lens, of course, is different from the camera lens in the respect that it has the ability to increase or decrease its focal length. This lens has the ability to change focal length. The lens is flexible, means it can change itself. It can change its focal length and accommodates objects over a wide range of distances. And I gave the formula that the focal length is inversely proportional to thickness of the lens, and according to that it controls. The next part is iris. The colored part of eye automatically adjusts the size of pupil and controls the amount of light. It acts like the diaphragm of the camera, and iris controls the size of the pupil. Size of pupil से उसे बड़ा छोटा कर देता है वो. In dim light, the size of the pupil, it enlarges the pupil. In bright light, it contracts it. Cornea, the clear or transparent part of the eye, covering the iris and pupil. It lets light into the eye, and sclera, the white portion of eye. We will next cover about the accommodation of eye. Thank you.